Marvel Studios has finally announced the cast of Avengers Judgment Day. This happened during a special live broadcast where for 5 hours they showed the chairs of various stars to epic music. In the end, Robert Downey Jr. sealed the deal with a triumphant announcement of the film's production kickoff. So it is officially confirmed that Chris Hemsworth will return as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Letitia as Black Panther, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, Tenoch Huerta as Namor, the entire team of the new Fantastic Four, and almost the entire cast of the Thunderbolts. But the biggest shocker came at the end when the chairs of the original X-Men cast appeared. Kelsey Grammer as Beast, Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, and of course the triumphant return of Channing Tatum as Gambit. It's worth noting that this isn't even the full cast of the project. At the very least, obvious names like Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch are still missing. Marvel immediately hinted that the second half of the cast will be revealed in the coming months. So if you're worried that Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Wolverine, or Hulk might miss the party, relax. Filming will continue through the fall, and after that, we still have Secret Wars to look forward to, where the scale of events will be 100 times bigger. Nevertheless, the current lineup is enough to give us an idea of the plot setting, and even some of the hero battles. Let's start with the Avengers from the main universe. If we set aside the obvious ones, Cap, Thor, Black Panther, and Shang-Chi, many were surprised that a single announcement completely spoiled any suspense around the Thunderbolts. All those dramatic taglines like Marvel's Suicide Squad and Anyone Can Die are now meaningless. US Agent Sentry Ghost and even Red Guardian have officially survived the events of the film, meaning we should expect the writers to surprise us in other ways. Thankfully, insiders suggest that test screenings have gone well, with early viewers calling the project an unconventional experiment. The only missing name from the Thunderbolts lineup is Taskmaster, but even from the first trailer it was clear that she would be cannon fodder. It's all leading to the Thunderbolts crossing paths with Cap and his team by the end of the movie. As Brave New World established, Sam Wilson is determined to assemble a new team of Avengers, while his Falcon hinted that they need to visit Wakanda to upgrade their gear. Add to that the fact that the leader imprisoned in the raft has warned of an impending threat from other universes, and it's clear that by the start of Judgment Day, we will already have some sort of functioning Avengers team. Namor's presence, for instance, might hint at the formation of the Illuminati, something the Russo brothers have directly referenced, and we've made a separate video about that. So by the end of Thunderbolts, we might actually have two teams, Avengers and Illuminati. Speaking of Black Panther, M'Baku will also appear in the film. For those who might have forgotten, he is now the ruler of Wakanda. So it wouldn't be surprising if Wakanda becomes the main gathering place for the heroes, leading to a major confrontation with Dr. Doom and his followers. If you're worried about the number of characters from the underwhelming multiverse saga, don't be. Some characters will only make brief appearances in Avengers, just like Heimdall and Loki did before. In Endgame, almost everyone except the veterans was pushed aside by the finale. So the Thunderbolts could be wiped out in the opening scenes, leaving only someone like Yelena Belova to join the main Avengers roster. Now, onto the most exciting part, the X-Men. Remember how we mentioned that Deadpool 3 intentionally didn't reveal many well-known mutants to save them for something bigger? Our prediction was spot on. In addition to the expected Beast and Professor X, we're getting the original Magneto, Mystique, Cyclops, and even Nightcrawler from the 2003 film. Since the cast reveal started with Kelsey Grammer's Beast, this essentially confirms that all these X-Men come from the universe Monica Rambeau ended up in during the post-credits scene. Even though this universe hasn't been officially numbered, it seems likely that it's the same Fox X-Men universe that survived the events of Deadpool and Wolverine. It would be strange not to use such a well-established background, especially one that grossed over $1 billion at the box office. Plus, with Channing Tatum officially returning as Gambit, it only makes sense that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are nearby. As for other X-Men, we're personally expecting at least Colossus, Storm and John Gray to appear. And in Cyclops' case, it feels like he's finally going to get the epic action scenes he deserves. There's already a fan theory suggesting that Judgment Day will have elements of Avengers vs. X-Men, showing a clash between two worlds trying to destroy each other. Just like in the comic series, Time Runs Out, which served as the prologue to Secret Wars. The biggest question, of course, is whether the old X-Men actors will remain in the MCU after Secret Wars. We doubt it, as McKellen and Stewart will be nearly 90 years old and Marvel will need younger actors for long-term plans. But there's good news: Fassbender and McAvoy haven't been revealed yet, meaning they could be saved for the future. Casting the X-Men remains a challenge for Marvel, and a clever solution would be to bring Magneto and Xavier from another universe and build a new team around them. Now let's shift to the long-awaited reunion of Thor and Loki. The cast reveal began with Chris Hemsworth, and such things don't happen randomly. According to the Russo brothers, the film will be a direct continuation of Infinity War and Endgame.